So there we have now our arcs to make our end result. And you can see how these lines are all going in the correct place along the window line. Remember the other ones where we had all this trouble here. Now our final thing that we're going to start doing to check to see that this is going to work is we're going to highlight everything. So click on it enough times to get everything highlighted. And now we have to start drawing in our shapes one at a time. So you see I'm going to come with my line tool down here, click. I'm going to click here and draw down until I get to the point where it says that's where that next arc is. Click. And what will often happen is it doesn't fill in because we need to put a triangle in. Okay, so you need to see all the sides I had to draw to get that to fill in. And that's part of what happens because what we're drawing is triangles. So I'm going to start with this. You click here, travel down the line till I get my green spot, click it. And oftentimes on this first row, I have to go over this and really, okay, find the green spot, come down here. Okay, there's where it wants to go. Oop, I missed on that one. See how I missed there? I'll go back and get rid of that. So you can see you also have to be in fairly close to make sure that you're hitting all the right spots. Now I found sometimes what helps is to get on more of an angle so you can kind of detect where the bend happens here. Okay, same thing here. Oh, I must have missed that one. Let's start on this side and come this way. See if that, there we go. That's going to work better. Click here. Come down to here. Start here. Okay. So the other thing, as you're working, you may find that there's a pattern for drawing in the lines that works better. So sometimes a little experimentation until you find out where that pattern is, and come back and draw this in. And again, you can see this is a lot more time consuming than the other methods. But when you get a form that is more complicated, this is at least the only way I've found to get that exact shape you want without having anomalies in them. Now, part of the reason this is almost now like working with an older situation where you didn't have the automatic tools. Now the other thing I want to do right now, notice how this changed to the other side color, so I'm going to highlight it, right click, reverse face, because it's easier as you're going along to keep all the faces the same. See, like this one up here, I'm going to use reverse face. Keep them all the same white, so the white is on the outside and the gray is on the inside. Alright, we're ready to work on the next row. Now generally, once you get the first row in, the other rows work a little faster just because you can really see where your joints are. And again, we're always looking for the green dot down here to pop up. See, the red dot's not the place, it's a green dot. And I'm going to, missed on that one. If it didn't draw in, generally means it missed your point. You missed a point. There it goes. See, that went in this time. Now, let's see if we can go down this way this time. Yeah, okay. And again, the green dot usually indicates you're in the right spot so that when you click on it, it will fill in as soon as you finish. Now, I really missed that one, but it filled in anyway. Let's try again. There we go. So again, as you're doing this, you're looking back and double checking everything. So when you're working by hand like this, there's a lot of constant visual reference, going back and looking. Did it fill in where I wanted to? Does the shape look right? So that there's a lot more left up to you as the designer to constantly be double checking your work and looking to see what you are coming up with. Now, part of the reason for these having to be triangle shapes instead of rectangular shapes, if you notice, most of the time when the automatic draw worked, what we ended up with was rectangular shapes. Well, this shows us that these planes, even though these were made out of flat pieces of aluminum in the trailers, they weren't perfectly flat. They were flat, but this surface had a twist. In other words, this corner twists in relation to that corner. And the only way that kind of a shape can be drawn is by a series of triangles. And as I'm going along here, I'm going to just come back and kind of check and see what this looks like. Now you can see right here, that's got kind of a dip right there that I'm not going to like later. And yeah, so does that one. We may be able to fix that in a little different way, so I'm going to continue. Well, what I could show you right now is maybe I'll do that. If I had a little dip, one of the ways to fix that is I could go back and change the arc and do all that work over again. Or I could take the highest part of this arc and go back to here and do that on both places. And now I have a new plane that I've created that seems to go more nicely, you see, into the other one. And I could do the same thing here. So I think we'll do that when we get back. If we need to, we can go back and eliminate that. So again, another kind of adjustment, looking at what you're doing, how the shapes are coming out, making adjustments. Okay, I'm going to change that one to reverse face right away. It's because it's easier to generally take care of it now. Now that I've got this going, what I may be able to do now, because I can get a rhythm going, notice I'm going to go back up. And so I'm saving myself some time, because you see I'm just kind of zigzagging back and forth, and I've got to a place on my design now, and the order, because see where I'm starting, I can just go back and forth, work way down. It's a little faster, less places to work. I have to click each time before I draw my new line, but I'm moving in a rhythm and going with a zigzag line, and I get this filled in. A little less work. So we were able to use some of the automatic tools. For instance, we used the automatic tool to draw our original arcs in. If we had to guess and draw our arcs in one little line at a time, you could see that would be a huge amount of work. So it's kind of a combination of using the automatic tools. Now again, so when I go to do this next one, if I start in this corner and draw this triangle first, then I can do this thing where I just work my way back and forth. Okay, I want to reverse, change so that it's white rather than the reverse gray side. Now as we get down closer to the corner of the window, the thing that is pretty interesting is these panels really have a twist in them. And if you can move this around so you can see this and look at it from an angle, look, you can see how much of a twist this shape has in order to make that appearance of a smooth curve. So that's part of the reason we've had to go to this more involved approach.